welcome back to another video. This time I am bringing you a video of dinner ideas. These are just dinners that we have after work, and right now we're starting with the help of Trader Joe's and Costco. I had the orange chicken that I had bought a few weeks ago. You would have already seen that in the Trader Joe's grocery haul, and I had some leftover stir-fry vegetables in the freezer, so I'm just using those up. Here you see me washing the rice. I'm just using white rice, and I like to rinse it before actually cooking it. Now I'm going to cook this in my pressure cooker. I use a 1-to-1 ratio, 1 cup of water to 1 cup of rice, or sometimes I don't really measure like today, so I just try to match the water to the amount of rice that I used. And I'm going to cook this on high pressure for, I believe it was 10 minutes. I'm gonna see that in a little while, and I just let it cook there while I take care of the rest of the things that I need to prep for today's dinner. This was a very quick dinner since I had already sort of prepped frozen things, and here you see me just setting up the instant cooker. And yep, it was 10 minutes on high, and here I'm just sauteing some vegetables. I love this blend. It's so convenient. It comes in very handy for many meals, and you can just season it to your liking. Here is the orange chicken that I'm just heating up, and for another side, I also had this bag of rice cauliflower. It's flavored sort of like in a teriyaki type of flavor, so I thought it would go well. And for the veggies, I'm just seasoning them with some um, so I'm going to use some salt, garlic, and pepper. Then I think I also used some soy sauce. But here for the orange chicken, I'm just adding the pack that came with it came inside the bag. So this is the flavoring for that. It's very, very good. I highly recommend it. Camilla loved it. And this is actually her plate coming up. She just had some rice with the chicken. Um, You'll see my plate. I put some red pepper flakes on top of the veggies, and we even had leftovers, which was very nice because my husband took this for work the next day. Okay, next up is my made-up pasta. This day I got home from work and I didn't really have any leftovers or anything, so I looked in my pantry and I found pasta, pesto sauce, cherry tomatoes, and I had some frozen turkey. It was already shredded up, and I had this baby broccoli, so I mixed everything into my made-up pasta, and it turned out delicious. So here I'm just boiling some water. I'm going to add some salt, and then the pasta. I'm not using the full package. It's 16 ounce, and I believe I only used half, which would have been 8 ounces. I didn't want to have leftovers this day because it was a Friday evening, and we were gonna cook or do something else during the weekend, so I wasn't looking for leftovers. We did have leftovers, which I was very glad about because it turned out really good, but that was not my goal, so that's why I just used half of the bag. And here I'm just gonna wait for it to cook. I just follow the directions on the package, and I didn't let it cook like all the way through because I was also gonna continue to heat it when I mixed in the rest of the ingredients, and we don't like it very soft and like mushy. Just to do this in the microwave, and it was ready to go. That's why I love having this prepared ahead of time. It saves me so much time during the week, and I can just whip up something real quick and easy and delicious. So here I'm just washing my baby broccoli. If you don't have a salad spinner, go get one right now. Seriously, you need one. It's perfect for your veggies, especially for salads, but I honestly wash all my veggies there. And here I just had some leftover greens from a salad kit there, and I'm just making a quick salad. I just seasoned it with some just my favorite seasoning, which you'll see in a minute, and olive oil, and this was a quick side, and it was very delicious. Right, so here I'm just cutting up some baby broccoli. I wanted to have some bite-sized pieces incorporated into the pasta. I'm just trying to use up what I have, and I'm always trying to find ways to incorporate more veggies into our meals. So here I am just sauteing some leftover sausage that I found in the fridge. I didn't want that to go bad, so I'm using it here. I'm adding the turkey, which is already defrosted, and I'm just going to give this a quick mix just to incorporate all the flavors before I keep adding the ingredients. Next up, I am adding I added the baby broccoli, and I'm adding the pesto sauce. This pesto sauce had been in my pantry for over a year, but we finally used it today, and I'm so glad that we used it in this pasta meal because I will be making this again. It was one of those things that you just make up in the moment with what you have. But honestly, it was so good that it's going to be in my menu for future meals. Now, once this is all mixed up, I'm just adding some Parmesan cheese. This is just from something I had in the fridge. And here it is. This is our completed plate, and it was delicious. So next up, these are some pork tostadas, and they're called pork tostadas because they don't have any chicken or any type of meat on them. It's just beans, but they are delicious. You should give them a try. These are just refried beans that I'm using, and that was sort of my tostada making station. Everything is very customizable, so you can basically use whatever you like. Here I'm just adding the beans into the tostada. These are regular refried beans. They don't have chorizo in them. I just fried them with some bacon fat, and I've used olive oil or other type of oil, and it works great as well. So there you can see my salad spinner. I'm going to add some lettuce to my tostadas after the beans, and I just washed my lettuce in the salad spinner. So again, if you don't have one, go get it. After the lettuce, I'm just adding some cheese. This is homemade cheese that a friend makes with her mom. So it's very good, and hopefully I'm going to learn to make it soon. Here I'm just going to add some sour cream. Everything tastes better with sour cream, and these are for me, so don't mind my finger there. After that, I am just going to use some salsas. Usually I'll add some tomatoes, onions. I didn't do that today, but again, this is very customizable, so whatever you have on hand and whatever you like, just add that to your tostadas, and I'm sure they'll be delicious. These were so good. We haven't had tostadas in a long time, and everybody enjoyed them so much. Here is a peek of my plate. Don't they look delicious, guys? Just go make these. They're so cheap, easy, nothing wrong about them. Okay, so next up is a no name meal. This is something that my husband introduced me to when we got married, and it's so simple and so delicious. It's cheap, it's quick, and it's a family favorite for us. So here I'm just cutting up some tortillas. These are just corn tortillas that I got at the Mexican store, but you can buy them at any grocery store. And just cut them to your liking. You can do triangles, squares, rectangles, odd shaped forms, just whatever you prefer. I'm frying them in some canola oil, and I just like to do a little bit at a time just to make sure that all the tortillas get in the oil and they can get crunchy. Now once I have all my tortillas fried up, I do drain them in a plate with a paper towel, just to soak up all the excess oil. And once I'm done with that, then I make sure that I remove all the oil from the skillet, and then I put all the fried tortillas back into the skillet. Once I do this, then I just, continue to heat the tortillas. I don't turn the stove off, so it's still medium or low to medium heat, I would say. And then what I do is just start adding eggs directly on top of the tortillas. Usually I add like I don't know, probably 10 eggs or something, but of course that's totally customizable. It depends on what you prefer. Now I will go ahead and mix this all together just to make sure that the eggs cook and that basically all of the tortilla pieces have some part of the egg in them. And then after that, once the egg is already cooked, you'll see a picture of what it looks like. Up to that point, if you wanted to make chilaquiles, basically that's the same way of doing them. At that point, you would add the sauce, but I'm not adding any sauce to this meal. What I'm doing is adding some cooked beans. I already had beans cooked up from the weekend. You should have seen that on my previous meal prep video, but they were ready to go. Here I'm just adding some salt to the eggs. The beans are already salted, so I didn't add much, just so that the eggs were a little bit flavorful. But basically, I just add beans into this, and of course, the amount of beans would depend on your liking. If you like a lot of beans, then add a lot to this skillet. If not, then just limit the amount of beans or eat it as it is, just eggs and tortilla. That's delicious as well. And here you see me, I'm just adding all the beans, just making sure that I don't get like a lot of liquid into the preparation here, because if not, then it'll get soggy. And I particularly like the crispy tortillas. So this is what it looks like when it's done. It might not look the prettiest, but let me tell you, this is very good. Try it and let me know in the comments if you tried it, if you liked it. Here I'm just adding some cheese on top, and of course my plate and my husband's plate has to have salsa on top because we like everything with salsa. But this was a delicious and quick dinner. Okay, the last thing I'm going to show in this video is the lemon pepper chicken. And I had already marinated the chicken previously over the weekend and prepped my asparagus. I had just washed and cut them up, so this was all ready to go. I just had to place it in the skillet, and then once my chicken is done, in the same skillet without draining anything, I'm going to cook the asparagus. I just cooked them for a few minutes. We prefer them on the crunchier side, but if you like them softer, then just leave them there until they're to your liking. Along with the chicken and the asparagus, I'm also going to make some mashed potatoes. And I'm just using a bag of mashed potatoes. I actually had that in my pantry because I got it free on an Ibotta rebate last year, and I hadn't used it. So if you don't know what Ibotta is, it's like a cashback app for groceries. I'm gonna leave you the link down below in the description box, but I would highly recommend it. I mean, you get groceries for free or at a discounted rate, so who doesn't like that? Here I'm just following the instructions for the gravy, which was also free, and the mashed potatoes. I'm just heating up, the water in the microwave, adding the mixes in, and this was a very quick dinner. I want to say it took me less than 15 minutes from the time that I started to the time that we were able to eat, and that's why I like meal prepping on the weekends, because it just makes weekday dinners a lot easier. And here is a peek of the finished plate.
And that was all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments what you think of this type of video. I really hope that I'm helping at least one person out there, and that I'm inspiring you to sort of meal prep ahead of time and giving you easy ideas to make after work. And thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.